Hello friend, how are you doing today? My name is Mary, this is Happilyeveresch, and today I am bringing you what may be the last book haul for a little while, my Christmas book haul. So let's just get into it. No need to for the long introduction today. I've got some middle grade, I've got some literary fiction, I may even have a non-fiction in there, but let's chat books. I'm really excited about all of these. I think we'll start off with some middle grade. So the first exciting thing was a little box set. The box has since been thrown away because it ripped, but it is the Anne of Green Gables series in these gorgeous Virago modern classics. So we have Anne of Green Gables, which I at this point own like 3 or 4 copies of this book. I'm keeping them all. Anne of Avonlea, which I also think I have another copy of, but then all of these are their own. Anne of the Island. I just think these covers are so lovely and atmospheric. Anne of Windy Willows. I think that this must be the British or the UK title because it's Anne of Windy Poplars is like all of the versions I've read from. So you'll have to let me know what's up with that if you know. Anne's House of Dreams. Anne of Ingleside. Rainbow Valley. I think this is kind of starting to get and still obviously connected, but these are kind of starting to be their own thing. And then Rilla of Ingleside. So I'm excited to own a full set. I have read the first 5, so I just have these 3 to read. So I'm excited to own them all and share them with my kiddos as they grow. A book I saw featured on Amanda's channel over at The Curly Reader, and I just fell in love with the premise, is Blooming at the Texas Sunrise Hotel by Kimberly Willis Holt. I know this author has written quite a bit of middle grade work. I've not read any of it, but I just love the premise. Our main character's parents die, I believe, in a tragic accident. Something happens where they both pass away, and Stevie, our main character, is sent to live with her grandfather, who's estranged and eccentric, and I think he runs a hotel, and there's a whole cast of characters that Stevie comes to like love, and I'm a sucker for that, like found family. Hotels bringing people together seems to be a theme in middle grade that I love. So yeah, I'm excited about reading this. It's like a squatty little book, but I kind of like the shape of it. It's like a square. It's fun. Next is a middle grade I've wanted to read since it was published, and I had checked it out from the library and started it, but I never finished it, and that's The Night Diary by Vera Donnie. I'm going to read you a little bit on the inside flap. It's 1947, and India, newly freed from British rule, is being divided into 2 countries, Pakistan and India. Many people are killed crossing borders as tensions among Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, and others flare. Nisha doesn't know which side she's supposed to be on or why she has to choose. After losing her mother, who died giving birth, she can't imagine losing her homeland too. Mama was Muslim, but now she's gone. Papa is Hindu and says it's no longer safe for them to stay in Pakistan. And so Nisha and her family become refugees and embark on a dangerous journey by train and by foot to reach their new home on the other side of the border. I think that just the topics of this sound so important and not anything that I've ever read a book about. I also love like just following this young girl. I believe a lot of this is her journal writings. And I'm a sucker for middle grade that's told through some journals. I was like a Dear America girl growing up, and so I love kind of just harkening back to some of my favorite childhood books. I think this cover is absolutely stunning, and I've heard good things about this one, so I'm excited to get to this book, and it just seems like one that I would want to keep on my shelves. I got book 2 and 3. I'm reading book 1 on audiobook right now, but I didn't get a copy of that. That was probably a little bit of an oopsie, but first book is called Winter House, and then we have The Secrets of Winter House, which is book 2, and the Winter House Mysteries, which is book 3. These books are stunning. I don't know if you can tell, but it's got like a peekaboo cover, and it's got a gorgeous mint on the cover. So I would maybe like to get book 2. I would like to get book 1. I'm enjoying it, but I'm excited to continue on with the series. It seems like a lot of fun, and I think that they would be a lot of fun for middle graders too. There's lots of wordplay. Again, there's this like hotel bringing people together. This one's definitely a little more like fantastical, has some more fantastical elements. But yeah, I'm excited to get to both of those and to own them because they're just stinking gorgeous. I don't know if this next one is middle grade or if it's YA, but it's Some Places More Than Others by Renee Watson. I've read Renee Watson's other book, A Place for Us, and I really enjoyed it. I read that one a couple years ago, so I was excited to get some more of her backlist work. I think this cover is stunning. Love that wraparound detail. I'll read you a little bit to get acquainted with the story. All Amara wants for her birthday is to visit her father's family in New York, Harlem to be exact. She can't wait to meet her grandpa Earl and cousins in person, to stay in the brownstone where her father grew up, and to hear all the stories about the family she never knew. But New York City is not exactly what Amara thought it would be, and neither is her family reunion. Still, as she explores, asks questions, and learns more and more about this place, her father and their history, she begins to realize how, in some ways more than others, she connects with him, her home, and her family, and she discovers even more about herself. It's a slim little guy. I'm really excited to read this one. Like I said, Renee Watson's A Place for Us. It's one of the best like YA young adult books that I've read, so I'm excited to give her a go and to own this one. For a mystery series, or a start to a mystery series, I got Iron Lake by William Kent Kruger. This is like a 20-some book mystery series, and this is the first one, so I want to see if I enjoy it. I know I enjoy William Kent Kruger's writing. Then I also have a book by him that I didn't love so much either, but it was still well written, so I'm excited to give his mystery writing a try. I did read Ordinary Grace and enjoyed it, and it did have a mystery feel to it. It was a standalone book, but Louise Penny blurbed it, and I love myself a Louise Penny book, so she says it's a brilliant achievement and one every crime reader and writer needs to celebrate. I'm ready. This is the 20th anniversary edition, so it's had readers for many years. He does write very atmospheric, like about the nature and place. I love that. So we're gonna give this one a go. Hopefully in 2021 I'll start this new mystery series. A modern classic memoir, and it's My Family and Other Animals by Gerald Durrell. I've heard really great things about this one. In particular, I believe Kate over at Kate Howe has said wonderful things about this book, and I've been wanting to read it for years since I heard her talk about it, and I finally got it. A family who lives in England, and they are just sick of the cold and the damp, and so they move to Corfu, and it's just their adventures and their mishaps and just about their family. And I think it sounds charming, very much in like the vein of James Herriot's memoirs, kind of funny but heartwarming, so I'm excited to give it a go. And apparently it is the PBS Masterpiece collection, so if I like the book, I have some more content to consume on this. And then for some literary fiction, this is one that I've heard such good things about, and it's Dominicana by Angie Cruz. I love this cover, the color blocking, it's so pretty and just striking. It's about a girl who's married young from the Dominican and is brought to America by her husband, and I think it just follows her story and her life and the ups and the downs. For some reason I'm getting like A Tree Grows in Brooklyn vibes, but like modern day. I don't know, I'm totally be like pulling that out of nowhere, but for some reason there's just like something that like strikes me that it's similar to that book. The inside says, in bright musical prose that reflects the energy and vibrancy of New York City, Dominicana is an urgent portrait of the immigrant experience and the timeless coming of age story of a young woman finding her voice in the world. Absolutely, absolutely. I can't wait to read this one, and I guess I could just stare at this cover all day. I think it is so beautiful. The typography, it's just stunning to look at. And then the one that I am so excited, and this cover is just too good. It's Salvage the Bones by Jesmyn Ward. I read Sing Unburied Sing in 2020. I loved Sing Unburied Sing. One of like the best things that came out of 2020 for me is reading that book. And I want to read everything that Jesmyn Ward has ever written, and this will help me. So now I finally own some more. The only other thing I have that I own that's connected with her is an essay collection that she edited and compiled. So it's not purely her work. So now I have Salvage the Bones. I think this has family dynamics, hard issues, which seems Jesmyn Ward explores a lot in her books, follows multiple characters in a family, which I love, but kind of the premise is there's a hurricane that is coming and is going to hit their town that they live in Mississippi, and what do? And I'm ready to find out. Again, stunning. I think it's going to be hard and heart-wrenching, but if it's anything like Sing Unburied Sing, I think there will be glimmers of hope in it, and she's a phenomenal writer. Like, you can't deny it. She's a fabulous writer, and I want to read everything that she's written, and this will be my next one. All right, that's everything from my Christmas book haul. Like I said, we should be taking a break. We'll see. We'll see if that happens. But at least for the first couple months in 2021. But I'm very pleased with this little stack of books, or it's not little, it's quite big. This big stack of books. I'd love to know if you've read any of these. Do you have any thoughts or opinions that you'd like to share? Where should I start? The Jesmyn Ward is calling out to me, but some of those middle grade also sound like a lot of fun. The Renee Watson, I'm also very intrigued, and it's slim. I could probably read it in a couple days, so you'll see in one of my wrap-ups what I get to, or if I get to any of them, because I own lots of books. But thanks so much for watching. Please like this video if you enjoyed. Please subscribe if you want to see more bookish content from me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!